Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we are going to do a general reading using a normal tarot deck, the Spiritual Wisdom Oracle and the Kipper deck. Let's crack on and see what the messages are, shall we? So first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jo. If you are a returning viewer, great to see you again. If you are a subscriber, much love to you. This one didn't want to go back in, but I do want to take another one. Let's go with two. Let's go with these two. I tell you what, let's pull out the cards before we turn them over. Let's do something different. Let's switch up the energy. Okay, so the Spiritual Wisdom Oracle. How many of these should we take? I never know when I sit down. I just kind of sit down. Tell you what, let's take those two. And let's grab some tarot while we're here as well, shall we? Oh, well, there's three. There. That one, that one, that one, and that one. We can always take more if needed for any clarifying bits and pieces that might be needed. Right, let's see what the cards were, shall we? So the two cards from the Kipper deck were False Person and Lovers. Okay, so there seems to be, I've only done two readings today. I might put these both up on the same day. The last one was about a lover situation and potentially there being a third party involved that was kind of holding back a connection. This has come through again. Maybe it's that, or it could be that just the person you're in a relationship with is not who you think they are, or have maybe been lying in some way. Let's see what the rest of the tarot, or the rest of the cards say before we get into too much detail about that, but just be warned. Okay, so we've got the Earth. Embrace sustainable practices that honour the Earth's rhythm. Let your choices reflect a deep reverence of the environment that sustains all life. Now, I would take this more as a personal thing rather than the Earth in itself with this reading. I think you have to reflect on your choices. Okay, maybe you've chosen the wrong person. Maybe you're in a connection that is not grounding for you, that is not going to help you serve a higher purpose. We've got Crown Chakra. Transcend the boundaries of the material world, invite the wisdom of the universal consciousness, and embrace your role as a channel of divine light and love. I think someone here, we need to go a little bit inward and be honest with ourselves about the relationships that we hold. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic specifically, although obviously the cards would suggest that it is. But it could just be, friendships, people who we... Oh, I've just dropped pretty much all those cards. Who we spend our time and energy with. Now's the time, as we're closing out the year, maybe now's the time to reflect on what we do and don't have and who we do and don't want in our lives. So the tarot we have got out first is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there's that heavy earth energy again, being grounded, being stable, being secure in who you are. Yeah, I think we need to go back to basics, whoever this message is for. This is about being very grounded and very stable in who you are, and reflect on the relationships that we have in our life. Obviously coming through, well, we've just come out of summer. We are very early, let me move those out of the way, very early autumn. So maybe as we, going into winter, through the autumn, as things die away, we should be letting things die away. Yeah, I feel like we should be going with the seasons of the earth. We got the Nine of Cups. Okay, so there could be a connection here that's holding you back from your wishes. What is it that you, or maybe you need to be a little bit more clear on what it is that you do actually wish and actually hope for. Ground yourself, maybe meditate, salt baths, eat healthy, drink plenty of water, all the things I would normally say. And what is it that you actually want? Who is it you actually want in your life? Like I say, this doesn't have to necessarily just be romantic. It could be friendships and things like that. But they could just be careful. There could be someone who's not got your best interests at heart. It's going to be, now's the time, using your strength, your knowledge, and your wisdom and your confidence to weed these people out, okay? Or person. It could be one, it could be multiple people. I think you're going to get some sort of a download that will help you figure that out. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. So if this is someone at work, potentially, or someone where there's a financial connection to, some sort of tie, or it could be someone who's draining your finances, or is, not working in your best interest when it comes to finances. Please just take this as it resonates. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, so there is this sense of, well, you've got 3 Pentacle cards, okay? So there could be something financial here, something that where you're connected financially. There's definitely a new beginning that is this new journey that wants to come in and be offered to you, but you've got to weed out the negative first. It's that simple. Yep, there's the High Priestess. I'm not surprised that coming out with the Crown Chakra card there. Signs, synchronicities, spirituality is definitely something quite important here. Maybe you keep seeing signs and symbols about a certain person. Maybe you have to do a little bit of research as to exactly what, every time you meet someone, it's at, 222, you notice the clock, or, whatever it is. Maybe it's going to be guiding you towards someone specific and away from someone specific. Otherwise, it could just be something being hidden from you with the Torah there, sort of tucked away. There's definitely an intuition needed, okay? The 5 of Swords, yeah. Let people walk away and walk away from people. Whether you're that person or this person or that person over there crying, take this card as it resonates and whatever stands out to you. But, you can't take everybody with you into whatever your next stage of your life is. Picking up the after the conflict, picking up the swords after you've had to deal with those problems. So you can't pick them all up. You can only pick up what you need to pick up and what you need to take with you. Okay, and let people walk away from people as these storm clouds will clear, and that's probably why it's coming out under the Strength card. The 6 of Swords, no doubt about it. You go from the 5 to the 6. The 5s are all about the turning point, and then you go up to the 6, which is about leaving those behind, sailing on to calmer waters, taking only what you can take with you. You have to weed people out, and it feels like it could be romantic. It would suggest there's a romantic connection here. Maybe it's a past romantic connection. Maybe it's someone you need to start cutting cords with, and maybe doing some like little rituals like that. Let's take a couple more tarot just to see if there's any other messages that do want to come through. But I think the message is pretty clear. Stay grounded, stay grounded in the physical sense. Maybe get out while we've got the last little bit of nice weather. And take your shoes off and sit in a park and enjoy the turning of the seasons, and allow those downloads to come through of what it is that you need to cleanse. You got the Knight of Cups. So the universe wants to offer you something. It wants to offer you something shiny. It could be a romantic offer. This could be what this new journey is, but you're holding on to either someone now or a past connection that's stopping you from moving on. Now, when I know I say like this person might not have your best interests at heart with this false person, but it might just be that they're a false flame or a karmic. Okay, we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Again, there's a lot of pentacles here, so there could be some sort of financial thing between you that's kind of keeping you tied to this person in some way. If it's because they owe you money, maybe write it off as charity if you're obviously in a position to do that. But in that sense, I would just, hold on, especially to your finances. It could be something that you are going to need. If there's a romantic partnership and you live with someone, you're going to need, to sort out your finances and hold on to what is yours. You might need it as you go forward. But otherwise, it's just stay connected and stay calm. And there you go. The pre-Empress energy of the the Nine of Pentacles, being in your comfort zone. You know, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, desires. What is it that you want? Especially with the Nine of Cups there, about making wishes and being in that abundance. I think there is something beautiful to move on to once you've weeded out the problems in your life, whether that's a friend or even family member. I mean, if you've got to cut some emotional ties here, cut them, because there's something truly beautiful that wants to come in. Okay, there could be travel. I'm just going to throw that out there at the moment. 99 could be a number. You know, you've got 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I'll leave it there. Say thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And before you go, we've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. So yeah, there could be some real growth and expansion coming in. The universe wants to offer you something truly beautiful. It could be a real financial blessing once you cut any ties that are holding you back. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.